Do you feel like you can just sit down and have a conversation with God, source, spirit, or whatever you call him or her? Would you like to ask God a question and actually get an answer? Do you feel that source has your back to the point that it gives you complete trust and peace? We think that for God to speak to us, it's some kind of huge event, like something you would see in a movie, a lightning bolt coming down, or some other very dramatic event, but definitely a story to tell through time. When in reality, God speaks to you in the littlest of ways, the most subtle ways. So quietly he speaks to your soul, to your heart. If you listen, you will get the answer, but you have to listen. It's something you must train yourself to do. It doesn't seem to come naturally these days, because although it's like a muscle, it's a muscle like your heart. It's a natural thing that we were born with and that's within us. But so many of us don't utilize it. We don't work with it to keep it healthy and functioning. We're so busy with our daily lives and with the material world that we've let it go. We have let the demands of this modern world, our jobs, our kids, taking out the garbage and going through the mail and getting groceries and making dinner, the daily grind. We've let that get in the way. And when we do have a minute, we're on our phones, checking social media, email, shopping, and doing anything but sitting quietly with ourselves and listening for the answers. We give ourselves no time to hear what we really need to hear. The first thing we do in the morning when we open our eyes is grab our phones. And it's the last thing we do at night as we check our social media. When in reality, those are the best times, the morning and the night. They're the most opportune times to talk to the divine, as you're already in a state that would be helpful. So many of us don't find the time to add in the exercise routine we know we need. Or we do a drive-through to get dinner instead of going home and making the healthy family dinner we wish we had time to do. To ask that you take the time to connect with the divine is something I am sure many people don't find the time to do. So we've let it go over the centuries. So we kind of have to build up that muscle again. We have to practice, and it'll become easier and easier, and soon you'll ask a question and you'll hear the answer. That's why meditation is so important. It's a way to connect to God. It's a way to connect to your inner divine God, because God is our Father. He is in all of us. He is a part of us. We are simply divine souls living a human experience. To connect with our Father, we can meditate, we can pray, we can just sit in silence. We can sit or walk in nature where it's quiet and where we're closer to Him. I used to do mosaic tile as a hobby, and I really enjoyed it because I had this time to myself where I just kind of had time to think and connect. And as I was doing my mosaic art, it was a great time to do something for myself and at the same time connect with God. You have to find what works for you, but find a time on a regular basis that you can connect in your own way. This is where you can spend quality time with your Father, where you can talk, get closer, feel His love for you. His love for you is so immense. He loves you so much. Take the time to feel it and to revel in it. It helps to make you feel so safe and secure in this crazy world, and to feel at peace within yourself. This special time is also when you can ask Him questions, and your answer may come right then, or at some point later, maybe when you least expect it. The guidance you need or the answers you seek will come to you in the subtlest of ways. In words that someone else says that resonate with you, in signs and symbols and synchronicities, in little flashes of inspiration and gut feelings. There's so many ways, but you have to be in touch. You have to be aware. You have to build up the muscle. Right now I'm seeing patterns 444 and 44. In numerology, the 4 represents stability, safety, security, consistency, discipline. It aligns perfectly with the questions that I have in my life right now. Also coming up frequently are turtles everywhere. I mean, there's really no way to know how the answer will come to you. But if you ask the question or need the guidance, it will come to you. And how do you interpret those kind of weird messages? A few months ago, my answer came in owls, materializing everywhere. I heard someone talking about owls, and then there was an owl on a tarot card I picked that just jumped out at me. That night, as I was watching Netflix, there were owls on every program. And the next morning when I woke up, I heard an owl. And then later in the day, as I was driving down a busy street, I passed an owl, a live owl, sitting in the middle of the street. He was sitting in the dividing line. And I thought I was seeing things, but I clearly saw him as I passed right next to him. And he never moved. He just stared at me as I passed by. Clearly, this was a sign. It was crystal clear to me that owls were, God was sending me a message that owls meant something. I thought I was hallucinating, and maybe I was, I don't know. But it was clear as day. So I looked up what owls represented, and they represented that you were being watched over and guided. It was a message of protection. I knew that I was safe and I was being watched over because I am forging a strong relationship with God. I believe so strongly in what I can't see. But I think He wanted to assure me by actually showing me a physical representation of His love. And knowing and feeling always His protection, His energy, His love in my life keeps a smile on my face and love in my heart and helps me feel positive and taken care of and makes me feel so grounded and safe and secure in a crazy world. When I start to feel alone, I can think about the owl and know without a doubt that I am not alone. I have no idea how I could possibly walk through this world without the support and love and guidance of my God. I call Him Him, but you can call God her. You may not call Him God. You may call Him the universe, Spirit, Buddha, Mother Earth, Father, the divine, whatever. But it doesn't matter what you call God. It only matters that you have your connection with your Creator. He is your Father, and He loves you. He wants to spend time with you. He wants to give you everything. He wants to be there for you, but you must accept Him into your heart. You have to allow the connection, and you have to spend time on the connection just like you would with any family relationship or friendship. You start by taking the time to meditate or sit in silence or just be open to letting some divine love and guidance in. Just being open will help to allow the love in. You can start your day by saying, "Good morning, Father. Thank you for an amazing day. I welcome you into my heart today." Or come up with your own daily ritual. It can take less than 30 seconds, or it can be 30 minutes. If you have no idea how you're going to fit it in to your busy schedule, or you have no idea how to start, I put a prayer in the description box that you can use. It'll be at the end of this video as well. It only takes a few minutes. You can say that or something similar. But really, there are no rules. If it feels good and right for you, that's all that matters. So as you go about your day, remember that God, Source, Spirit, whatever name speaks to you, is always with you, always guiding you, always loving you. You are never alone. The more you open your heart to the truth, the more you will see the signs, the more you will hear the messages, the more you will feel the presence of God's love in your life. Take a few minutes each day to connect, to listen, to be still. The more you practice, the stronger your connection will become, and soon you won't have to wonder if God is speaking to you. You'll simply know. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to incorporate it into your life and see what unfolds. And if you'd like, you can use the short prayer, like I said, at the end of this video and in the description box to start your journey. Sending you love, peace, and divine blessings always. I'll see you soon.